This is the 2026 Honda Passport RTL. Is it the best bang for the buck trim level? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're at Holmes Honda in Bossier City, Louisiana to go over this modern steel metallic with black interior Passport RTL and give you all of the details. If you want to know more, check out the link down in the description of the video. And here on the front end, we're gonna find all those changes. Very much a more squared off look. We still have the LED daytime running lights, but a whole different design with the headlight design. Passport logo is going to be stamped into the front end right here. And for those of you who don't want the gloss black with your Honda logo, guess what? You don't have to have that. You may not have seen that yet, but it is there. With 18-inch wheels, and we're also going to have the manually folding side view mirrors. But other than that, not having power folding side view mirrors, everything you want is going to be here, including blind spot monitoring built in. They're heated, they're power adjustable. And there is one other thing missing here with your side view mirrors. No turn signal indicators built in, but that's just the way it is in this particular case. Here is your remote. You're gonna have lock, unlock, remote start, even on the base trim level, and you can open and close your power tailgate. You also have the panic button right there if you need it. That is a proximity key, and it has the walk-away feature. You will also find the roof rails up top. You can get your crossbars and increase your cargo capacity if you want to do it that way. How about your safety features? Honda sensing, adaptive cruise control, road departure mitigation, collision mitigation, lane keeping assist, traffic jam assist. It's all going to be here. Nice look with your taillights. I think they're very modern looking. They look great. And here's something that might surprise you. I'm gonna push the button here on the tailgate, and notice even on the base trim level here, it is a power tailgate. If you want to reset the height, all you have to do is move it into position and hold the button down. And then you'll see that that changes the height of the tailgate. And you can do that anytime, no big deal. Just move it into whatever position you want and you'll be good to go. Now you'll see when I open that back up that it stays in the position where I just set it. Under the hood is the dual overhead cam V6 that makes 285 horsepower, 5 horsepower more than the previous generation, 262 pounds-feet of torque. Another big change is that it is now mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission as opposed to the 9-speed. How about your MPGs? 19 city, 25 highway, 21 combined, 4.8 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven, and you have an 18.5 gallon gas tank. Depending on if you go with front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, you can either tow 3,500 pounds or 5,000 pounds. Numbers are the same as they have been in the past. 83.5 cubic feet, depending on how you set things up here, but when you maximize out, you're looking at 83.5 cubic feet. No sunroof in this particular case, but for those of you who may not want that, it's nice to know that that is an option. And you'll have some storage space on each side, as you can see right here. We'll also have the 12-volt power outlet. Open that up so you can see that. And something else that I know will make a lot of people very happy is the fact that you have a spare tire. Plenty of room as far as storage goes. The floor is removable. You can also take, let's see if we can do this here. You can also take this area and fold it out like this. Open that up, and you can put a full-size spare tire right here if you wanted to. And we'll take a look into the interior. You can see that we have a nice large armrest. I always like to have a completely flat area. That just makes it more comfortable. The upper and the lower door bins, the cup holders right here, and fold the seats down with the release right here. Now they don't actually move into any kind of a different position than what we have right here. They do have a little bit of recline built into them, but you cannot adjust that. One thing that is nice here, you don't have to use the roof-mounted seat belt for your middle seat passenger. That's actually built into the seat right here. I think that's a better design personally. And speaking of a better design, the cup holders, the way they're designed, being vertical instead of parallel to each other like this, I think that works better because you can use the armrest no matter what, even if there's cups in there. And plenty of room back here, that's for sure. We're going to have our rear seat pockets, plenty of room where that's concerned. And we're also going to have the rear air conditioning vents and USB ports. So I'd say basically everything you want is going to be here in the back seat area. When it comes to the passenger side, you're going to have plenty of room, again, with the armrest and your upper and lower door bins. One thing I wanted to point out, you have the seat adjustments right here. It is a power adjustable seat. The only two things missing here is the seat will not raise and lower, and you don't have lumbar support on the passenger side. And how about the sticker price? $46,200 is what we're looking at. We'll hop on into the interior and take a look at the graphics. What do you think about that? A big change where that is concerned compared to what we've seen in the past. I'll reach over and hit the button to start everything up. You can see everything come to life as far as the driver's display goes. Something else that I really like here is Honda's use of the space up here above the glove box. You'll still have that glove box space beneath, and plenty of room all throughout the interior, front row, second row. We're going to have our sunglass holder right there, and there is everything else that you'll find as far as your upper console goes. You can open and close the power tailgate right here if you want to. You're also going to find seat memory and everything for controlling your side view mirrors right there. There's the control for that. Lock and unlock. You can lock and unlock all four windows and your controls for all four windows. The release right here allows you to take advantage of the tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. And over here on the right-hand side, we're going to find everything for adaptive cruise control, and then we can adjust the volume, go through our stations or whatever we're listening to, use voice commands, and if we want to work our way through, you can see you have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and then Alexa right there. You can see that you can go in and customize your display if you want to do that. You can see there is a lot going on here. We can also go through some things over here on the right-hand side of the driver's display. And one important thing that you might want to know about is the fact that you can go in, number one, and change the display settings for your gauges, the driver's display, but also, we'll run through a few things here, there is navigation. So you do have built-in navigation here, and you can have that on the driver's display on your instrument cluster. Your 12.3-inch center screen, definitely a big improvement over the previous generation, I would say. The biggest you could have was 9 inches. A lot of you said that was too small. So you have to tell me what you think about that. Over here on the right-hand side, you can make a lot of changes as to what is on the screen. Now, you can't completely eliminate that area like that. Now, you might want to do that so everything spreads out across. Can't do that. Just one of those things, but that's the way it is. There's your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You know that's there. You can wirelessly pair your smartphone, and then we can go into vehicle settings here. Now, if you come up here and say, wait a minute, my passport is not white. Can I fix that? See that? Go to menu, and then we go to body color. Now, this is only on the screen, so nobody asks in the comments and thinks that I'm saying you can change the actual exterior color. Although I will say the darker colors here on the screen don't show up quite as well as the lighter colors do, at least not in my personal opinion. But one way or another, you may want your color of your passport to be displayed on the screen. So I'm going to leave that as it was originally, but just so you can see what you can do right there. But you have everything going on here. Now, one thing I want to show you, if your power tailgate is not opening like it should be, come here and make sure, number one, that it's set to on right here. You can do that a couple of different ways. On power or manual, you can do that, or you can just use manual only. If the battery dies, you can still open the power tailgate, or if the battery in your remote dies, you can still open it. No big deal. Easy to see that. That's a nice thing to know about, but very easy to deal with. Go in and make so many different changes. This isn't a complicated system to learn. Even if it may look like it is, don't let that fool you. I like the graphics. Honda has done a very nice job here as far as I'm concerned. We will also have our dual zone climate control. We can sync those two sides together if we want to. You can adjust the fan speed, and you have heated seats. Heated only in this particular case. Rear settings, you can go to your rear settings for your controls back there and control the air conditioning in that zone as well. We'll also have our USB and 12-volt power outlets, and here we go. On the base trim level, you still get that wireless charging pad. Also, the shifter. People either like it or they don't. There never seems to be any neutral ground whatsoever. But we're going to have all of our different driving modes here. Let's go through what those are. Quite a few, actually. Normal. Have the graphics that go with that. You're going to have Econ. We'll also have Snow, Trail, Sand, and your tow modes. Also go up to Sport mode right there. As you can see, quite a bit going on where that is concerned. You have your auto stop start or idle stop. You can turn that on and off right there if you want to. And the power parking brake or brake hold mode, depending on what you want to use there. Brake hold mode, if you're not familiar with that, it means you come to a complete stop and the brakes do not disengage until you push the gas pedal again. Good for a lot of stop and go driving in heavy traffic. Also, cup holders and plenty of room within the center console. And one more thing I wanted to show here, in fact, two more things. Obviously, you have your control right here for your front and rear window wipers. Everything for your headlights here, you can set that to auto, and you don't even have to worry about it. Turn signal indicators as well for those of you that know how to use those. And one more quick little detail. We also have our rear view camera. Now, in this case, you're not going to have the multi-view, except you're going to have the 3 views for the rear, but you won't have the front view or the side view mirrors. And you also have your parking sensors. Pretty good for the base trim level. Okay, we're going to get out on the road for a quick test drive. And by the way, I did want to apologize for sounding a bit like a teenager today. Just one of those things, kind of going through a little bit of a cold, but got to keep filming the videos and putting them out. So, what is it like to drive this new Passport? Well, I'll tell you what, it's nice and comfortable. And the road that we're on is not rough by any means, but I'll let you listen for just a few seconds. Now, one thing is that my microphone does pick up quite a bit of noise, even with the windsock on it. So it might sound like there's a little bit more road noise than there really is, but overall, it's extremely quiet in the interior. I don't think the road noise is any worse than any other vehicle out there. It's actually very acceptable in my opinion. It's pretty quiet, but I don't have anything to drown it out at the same time. I don't have any music playing. I don't have the air conditioning on high, the fan speed up higher than being on low. And so that makes a difference. A very comfortable ride quality, comfortable interior. The driver's seat is fully adjustable. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopically adjustable. So much going on here to help out with making sure that the driver can see just as they need to. They're nice and comfortable, whether they're really tall or maybe they're not so tall. It doesn't really matter what your height is. You can definitely set things up to where you're comfortable. The technology here is easy to learn and use, nothing new for Honda, but it does look different than what we've had in the past with the Passport, but very, very simplistic. I like what we have here, whether it's the driver's display or the center screen, that 12.3-inch center screen that I think fits the Passport perfectly. Do you think it's big enough? Do you think it's too big? What do you think? Tell me down in the comments section. And the gas pedal and brake pedal, both very easy to manage. One good thing here that I know a lot of you like is the fact that it's a naturally aspirated engine. It is not turbocharged, so you don't have to deal with any issues where that's concerned. That, I think, is a big selling point for a lot of people, at least based on a lot of the comments that you leave. Now, easy to see out of as well, and in addition to that, you also have your blind spot monitoring. So a very well-rounded vehicle. It seems to be, I think, very well redesigned. I think Honda did a nice job. And there it is, the 2026 Honda Passport RTL. Is this the best bang for the buck trim level? Tell me what you think down in the comment section. I'd like to say a special thanks to my friends here at Holmes Honda in Bossier City, Louisiana for loaning me this Passport for the day so I can tell you all about it. And a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That's very helpful to me. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And if you would please, share this video on your timelines on social media so other people can see it. If you'd like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.